Welcome back to Unraveled Game Thoughts. Today I have Halls of Hegra. Thought I would do an unboxing. I don't think I have done an official unboxing video on this channel. So, hey, first unboxing video, I think. I haven't gone back and reviewed that. I've never done this. But Halls of Hegra, I got to help playtest. And it is a solo-only game. I haven't heard a ton about it, but this was an absolute joy to playtest. This is by Peter. I'm probably going to butcher his last name here, but Peter Schank Olsen. I mean, I've only emailed him, but fantastic guy, easy to work with, did a great job communicating over the playtest process, and this is from Tompet Games. This is not a sponsored video, I should clarify, even though I did participate in some of that. This is not sponsored. This just I playtested it, and I playtested a number of games in my time, and I don't sponsor everything that I playtest. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad game. It just means that sometimes I'll playtest and I'll think, well, this is a good game, I like it, give my feedback, but maybe it's not a good fit for my family, or I'm just not sure that it's going to fit in with my gaming group, or whatever it is, or I just don't have money at the time. It could be any number of things. But this is one I played, and I was like, this is really fun. And I'm not the biggest fan of solo-only games, but Halls of Hegra was a blast to play. I can tell you right now, after playtesting it, I like it better than Nemo's War. Nemo's War is a solo-only game, and I like Nemo's War. I think it's a good game. I can't remember 100% if it's in my top 100 right now, but it's good, and I enjoy it. I don't play a ton of solo-onlys, but this one is fantastic. Now, I know there are several recent solo-only games. Legacy of You came out last year, year before. I can't remember the name of the game 100%. Hopla Modicus Victorum was one that came out this last year. Under Falling Skies has been out for a while. I know that's like Paul Grogan's top favorite solo game. And there was Mr. President that came out this year. That's pretty popular. So here's my hot take. My hot take is this should be the solo game of the year. That's my hot take. This is absolutely fantastic. I've already done a playthrough, but I haven't done a playthrough of the physical version. I just did a playthrough of the version that I did on Tabletop Simulator. So we'll hope to see what I can do. See if I can get a playthrough in over the next couple of days. So we've got a recruit bag. I don't know how which camera is better to hold it up to, but we got the recruit bag, we have the hit bag, and we have the patrol bag. So this is a little bit of a bag. I don't want to call it a bag builder. I would say bag development is part of the game. And these are pretty. I don't see any fraying on these bags. This is like pretty. I mean, I think it's pretty solid quality bags. I like that. That's nice. So we got our rules here. I'll have to look through these again. I've only ever read them online before on the Tabletop Simulator rulebook, but this is exciting. I love reading a good rulebook. Shoot, sometimes I love reading a bad rulebook, but just because I want to fix it. But anyway, that is the rulebook. Pretty good quality paper. 32 pages, and it's pretty solid. It's not the linen finish, but glossy finish. That was actually higher quality than I expected. I didn't expect low quality, but this is good. Got our punch outs. I'm not gonna punch anything out just yet, but a lot of those are tokens that would go into the bags. I guess I am punching that one out because I accidentally just did. So those look good. They seem to come out pretty easy and pretty cleanly. So, and it looks like they are, some of them are dual-sided with numbers on one side. So yeah, we got that. All right, we've got this is a piece of the board. So I can tell you a little bit about this game as we go. From my memory of the playtesting, it's been a minute since I did that. I'll set stuff off to the side. We have other action spaces that can be uncovered via the snow, dig through the snow action. We've got, ooh, these are nice wooden, these are the workers. They're like nice tokens, wooden tokens. I like that. Very, not, it's wooden, so I think that's good. It's not clinky. These are some more wooden square tokens, and it looks like it must be the artillery. I didn't even know there was a special artillery token. There's a couple of those. That's kind of cool. Have to see how that fits in. All right, we've got our cards here. Let's see what the card quality looks like. And it's like a deck inside of a deck. No, they're all different. So I like that they have them all separated. So we've got our high morale, low morale. Card quality's okay. It's not. This is definitely not. These are cards that probably could benefit from being sleeved. I will most likely try to sleeve these. Our sieges. Siege 1, first attack, mobilization. Okay, cool. Very nice. Good. The art is not like, it's not going to blow your mind, but it's not bad. It really fits in with the theme. Kind of a battle theme game. Not usually big on war themed games, but this one was awfully fun. Some dice. I don't even remember where dice fit in this. I guess there are some die rolls. Some workers slash other meeples here. These aren't workers. What are these? I'm not as familiar. These might be infantry, like enemy. They could be enemy units. That'd be my guess that they're enemy units, but I'll have to look those up. And we have this. Now I will say this is a small box. This is like, I love that they have put this in a box that is smaller than normal. I don't know, that might bother some people, but the fact that it will take up a smaller area on my shelf means this can fit a little bit better than a typical game box would fit on the shelf. And I do love it when game boxes take up less room because they didn't need to take up a whole box's worth of room. They could have gotten by with less room, and this one does a good job of getting by with less room. So here we have the game board, and just to give an idea of a little bit of what's going on in this game, we're going to start the game with this board here. This is going to be out on the board in such a fashion. And I'm trying to think. I think part of it, I don't think all of this. Yeah, I think this is like this. So this bottom section is covered up, and we have some room for some defensive positions, and we have room for our defense to be increased, and we have room for if you find the field telephone in the snow, buried in the snow, then you could uncover that action space. And so there are 3 stages of the game. So stage 1 is mobilization, and stage 1 offers you the opportunity to recruit workers to add to your bag of workers that you can draw from. So when we look at the recruit bag, you're going to add more workers to the recruit bag, and then when you draw workers, that's where they will come from. The hit bag is, there might be something that starts in there, but when stuff on your field gets hit, it will often go in here, and then you draw from the hit bag when you receive hits. If you ever draw from the hit bag and you can't draw anything because it's empty, you've lost. So that's an important part of it. Patrol bag has to do with the German patrols that are coming down through the snows. Now I kind of assumed that this was based on a historical thing. From an abandoned mountain fortress, you command a group of Norwegian volunteers fighting numerically superior German forces in the early days of World War II. Halls of Hegra is a solo-only game where you play as the commander of the siege, which is divided into 3 stages. All right. I'd have to check. Maybe it's not. I thought there was some historical viability to it, but I'll have to check on that. I don't see anything in the historical background. There's a whole 1, 2, 3, 4 pages based on this historical background. So I'll have to read through that just so I have some idea of it. But anyway, that's nice. So anyway, this is Norwegian troops, and the idea for the board game, at least, not having read the historical background, is that there was this base, and it was largely covered in snow, and the German troops are coming down. So in the mobilization phase, German troops don't necessarily know you're there. You are in this base, wandering around, exploring. There's some opportunity to sneak up between troops, but you can dig through the snow in the base, and you can basically unlock these spaces that have room for extra actions. And like the field telephone, or there's a tired, or there's a ready, that might be just a space for people. If you get a counter patrol action that can be dug up from the snow, different spaces on the board can be filled, like a medicine cabinet can be found in the snow. I see there's a little snow icon to indicate these are action spaces that could be found in the snow. If you don't find them in the game, then they're just not actions that are available to you. But if you do find them, they will go there, or I believe some of the other action spaces also have opportunities. They could be upgraded action spaces because they were found in the snow. So that is stage 1, and in stage 2 you have the first attack. So the Germans know you're there, and they're coming in with waves of attack. So you're kind of fending them off. You can still dig in the snow. You can try to get some anti-aircraft missiles. There are multiple things going on in the game. You have morale, and there's morale modifiers depending on what your troops' morale is. But if you spend workers to get morale up, then you're kind of giving something up somewhere else. If things get shot, like your guns can get damaged and you have to repair them, well, if you don't repair them, then you can't use them, or they're less efficient. So do I spend resources repairing them? Some things take 2 workers to do, or they do it better with 2 workers. Other things are easier, or you can do with 1 worker. If your troops get injured, they go to bed, and they will either they are in the waiting area and they're not getting better, or they can get into a bed and they start getting better every turn, and you can treat them faster. There's all kinds of pieces with the infirmary that you can work with. And then in the 3rd stage of the game, you take this board off altogether, and now it's like the second wave of the Germans coming through, troops coming much faster, and you have to fend them off. You have the different phases of the game down here on the bottom. If you get to the last stand and you can survive the last stand, so the game, you're not necessarily winning the game, you're surviving. So if you can survive the last stand, then you've beaten the game. And it probably, yeah, I'd say 70 to 90 minutes is probably about accurate. It seemed to be a pretty lengthy game when I played it the first time through. Here, here's why I think this should at least be in the running for solo game of the year. Now, it's a one-player game. It's designed for one player. So I think if you are looking for good solo games, I think this one is really good. This is a really, really good solo recommendation. And hopefully I'll get the live, kind of the physical playthrough here. I think the other thing that this could be good for, and I really need to try it with a buddy of mine, is to play this game with somebody where you're just making the decisions together. What do you think tactically we can do? You kind of like you're the general commanding the mission, but you're with another player and you just talk it out and you kind of figure out what your moves are going to be, and you treat it like a co-op. But I think this one, and I've played Nemo's War, and I don't think it's designed in such a way that it lends itself to playing it with another player that's just you're helping make decisions. This one I think does. I like the decision-making nuances in this game such that I think you could sit with one or two other people and collaborate on what do you think we should do this turn, this round, what do you suggest, and then play it together, but even though it's a solo game. So it's a really I haven't tried that yet. That's just my take on what the Halls of Hegra could be, and of course I missed my shot there. But there you go. That is an overview of some of the components and a quick unboxing of the game. I will see if I can get a playthrough here in the next couple of days to demonstrate the game. So thank you for joining Unraveled Game Thought. Thank you for joining Unraveled Game Thoughts for this unboxing. Let me know what you think. If you were one of the few people who backed Halls of Hegra, I'd love to hear any comments you might have or thoughts you might have on this. My guess is, of the 2 people who watch my channel, there's I doubt out of the 3 of us, more than one of us backed this, but maybe somebody's out there that watches this that would be entertained. I'd like to hear what you think if you backed it, and I'd like to hear if you've played it yet, and I'd love to hear if you enjoyed it and what you think about my idea of 2 people sitting down at the table at once and kind of making some of these decisions together. So that being said, have a great day. Until next time, from Unraveled Game Thoughts.